Build this deck before it's too late. Hello and welcome to the table, and today I'm back with another One Piece gameplay Decktech video. Today, talking about Zoro, and man, I've done a lot of videos with this deck. And to put it mildly, I think Zoro is about to be the best he has ever been. Ever. Once his starter deck comes out. And this deck is so efficient, it's so aggressive, it's good at managing the opponent's board state, and putting pressure on their life, getting cards out of their hand, being able to control the opponent in tempo to a certain point, and it's just, it does a lot, and it can be so powerful. And I think if he just gets a couple of more tools, Zoro can truly be broken again and at the top of the meta. And once his starter deck comes out, I guarantee he's going to get that. So until then, you got to build Zoro right now. And this is roughly what I would build. Because the deck's fairly cheap outside of like one-ish card now. But it's about to get more expensive. So getting right into things, let's talk about the curve. Let's just go up the curve and see all the stupidity that Zoro can do. Starting off with the 1 costs. Since this deck wants to go first, you want to play a 1 cost on turn 1 that you can eventually bounce back with a law, which I'll get to later. But basically, Perona is the number 1 card you want to play on turn 1. 1 cost, 2k, 1k counter. You look at the top 5. You get a slash or a green event. Put into your hand, rest on the bottom of any order. Hiyori's the same thing, but it's a 1 cost that you have to spend 1 to rest and then search. So it's a little bit worse. And if any card's going to be replaced in the starter deck, I really hope this is one of them because I hate this card and I think it sucks so much to a point. I would be fine if we don't get a better searcher than this, but it's just like, I wish there was another card like Perona because this card's so inefficient. This is one of the most inefficient cards in the deck. But what is very efficient is Mihawk. A 2k, which is very good. Because it itself is 3 cost 4k, that, yeah, sure, it's not a 5k, but on play, so long as you have 2 or less characters, including itself, on board, you can play a 4 cost or lower slash card, character card, from your hand, other than this guy, rested. So, Zoro, Kinemon, Arlon, Nishli, 2k, and Kozuki Oden. You got some options. But preferably, you want to play Zoro or Arlon. Zoro being a 4 cost 5k 1k counter, then on play restands to Dawn. At the end of turn, restands itself. It's an aggressive powerhouse. It restands Dawn so you can put more pressure on the opponent the turn that you play this guy. And it's very, very annoying to deal with. He's just a 5k swing every turn. Just poking at the opponent every turn. And the opponent can't really remove it through combat at all because this guy's never gonna be rested. And Arlon also is very annoying because on KO, he freezes 2 things. 2 things! And he's a 4 cost 5k 1k counter that, as an activate main, basically gives Arrested Dawn one of your opponent's characters, then Arrested Dawn to one of your leader characters. Basically. Because, I mean, you want Arrested Dawn on Zoro. You want 3. Because this guy, in and of itself, is a 5 cost 5k, that so long as there's 3 Dawn under him, as an activate main once a turn, as long as this leader has battled one of your opponent's characters during this turn, you get to restand him. And yeah, he can't attack anything with a cost of 7 or less during this turn, but still. You can put Rested Dawn on him through the Arlon. You could put active Dawn that you have on him through something like Zoro, and just get that much closer to having 3 Dawn on Zoro, and just sending an 8 into anything you want on board, and an 8 in life. And the whole point of the early game is you play Searcher to get the tools you need. Then play Mihawk into one of your very good 4 costs and just swing into life. And then the next turn is when you really start to take advantage of this leader effect. Playing something like Tashigi, a 5 cost 7k that on play, rests one of your opponent's characters with a base cost of 6 or less, then gives 3 Rested Dawn cards to your leader. So, it itself is a 7k, awesome. It rests one of your opponent's stuff, awesome. Because you can then immediately swing into it with your Zoro leader. Having 3 Rested Dawn on him. Boom. 3 Dawn under Zoro, you swing 8 into the character. Probably kill it. especially if you have another rested Dawn on it through something like an Arlon. And then you go 9, 8, maybe 9 into life. That's insane. So much pressure. And you're swimming with one of these 5Ks on that turn too. So it's just so much pressure, it's insane. You get cards out of the opponent's hand, a lot of cards out of the opponent's hand, or they lose stuff on board, life, combination of these things. I mean, it's just nuts. It's nuts. But then you also got Law. A 6 cost 6k that, as long as you have 1 or less life cards, is a blocker, and on play bounces one of your characters back to your hand to play a 5 cost or lower from your hand rested. Could be the TCG, could be any of the 4Ks like a Mihawk 2K that can rest a character with 1 or more given Dawn on it, which combos well with Arlon. Could be the Kozuki Odin 2K that, as long as it's rested on your opponent's turn, is a 7k. Otherwise, it's a 4 cost 5k 2k counter. In the worst scenarios, you can play one of these 4 costs in a worse scenario, like Kinemon, which can also be played off the Mihawk. The 3 cost Mihawk, restanding 3 Dawn on play, then you can play characters during this turn, and on KO rest one of your opponent's characters. Or you could play Cavendish, a 5 cost 6k 1k counter, then on play and when attacking. If you had no other Cavendishes on board, you restand 2 Dawn. Awesome. So you have so many things to play off the Mihawk. When you play this, Law. When you play the Mihawk, you have so many things to play off of it. When you play Slaw, so many things to play off of it. You swarm, you go for their board, you go for their life, you get cards out of their hand through putting so much pressure on them. It's just so good. But that's the top. A 7k and a 6k. Technically 2 6ks. So this deck, once you kinda, have a way to deal with these smaller bodies, you just kind of piddle out. You just don't have much gas left in the tank, and then you lose. Now, yes, there are ways to prolong the game through something like a Luna, which, as a main event, 3 cost main event, freezes all your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 7 or less, and triggers to rest one of your opponent's characters, which is good. But that's kind of it. And yeah, I mean, that's why there's 12 2Ks in the deck. Arguably could put in more, so that you have ways to defend your board and your life later in the game. But the main way that you deal with the fact that, well, my top end is basically Tashigi, and then the next turn Law Tashigi, or maybe Cavendish. The way that you deal with that is the turn after you play Law, you go for game. Yeah, for game. Not always, obviously, but depending on the situation, you could. Because you got Luffy's Manual become King of the Pirates. Primarily, you want to play this when you have 10 Dawn. Because this guy is a 3 cost main event that restands your leader. Triggers to give your leader one of your characters plus 1k power for the turn, but most importantly, 3 cost event that restands your leader. That doesn't seem great, I know. But then you think about it. Well, Zoro can already restand when attacking a character. So, attack a character, then attack life. Then you use this restand event to attack life again. You're either burning cards out of the opponent's hand, or you're getting so much value it's insane. If you have 2 of these, let's say you have 10 Dawn, you have 2 of these. You go 9 into a character. You kill it, your opponent counters, whatever. 9 in a life. Restand and 9 in a life. Then you play one of these events. 9 in a life. Then you play another one. 9 in a life. You just won with a 9k 4 times in one turn. 4 times. That's kind of insane. And alternatively, as a good way to help you close, you got DMG. 1 cost counter event to counter for 3k on your leader, or a 4 cost main event that rests 2 of your opponent's characters in or Dawn. So 2 Dawn, 2 characters, Dawn and a character, whatever. Could rest blockers, could rest Dawn, that could be 4k counter events. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And because of that, Zoro, he just has, pretty good stuff going for him. He has a way to just shut the door on the opponent right before they can claw back into the game. He has a way to just completely neutralize the opponent's board, whether it's through cards like Luna or just killing them, just managing their board through swinging into them, and then just putting an infinite amount of pressure on their life. He does everything, except he doesn't have an amazing late game, and some of his cards are kind of not great. Hiyori, there could be a better searcher. Kinemon, there could be a better 4-cost slot, realistically. There could be some better 2Ks for the deck. Cavendish, I think, is kind of fine in the deck. I think that the card's still very valuable as a 3 of. DMG, crazily enough, is now not a great card. Like, it's fine, but nothing insane, which is insane to me because this card, when it initially came out, was like one of the best events people say was ever created. Now it's just kind of like, I mean, it's good. It's not bad. I'm not gonna say it's a bad card because it's not, but it's it's nothing really that insane. Like, Luna's way better because of the meta, and DMG's just kind of like, I mean, it's good, not great, which is just weird and kind of scary because power creep. But Zoro, once he gets that power creep, gets a little slice of that power creep in the new starter deck that's going to be coming out for him, I think this guy's going to do a lot because he is right on the cusp of being meta relevant again. And I think he could do a lot. So, with all that aside, let's get right into some games and see why I think Zoro is good to play even now, and why you need to buy into him now because it's about to be too late. Going up against Yamato. And I wonder what they're going to do. Take first from me? Couldn't. Alright. I got 2 searchers. I got Zoro. I got Tashigi. I like it. Excuse me. So they got it done, and they pass. I'll play Perona. There is a 3-cost Mihawk. But Law? That's better. Yes, I get that Electrical Luna is also a very good card. But realistically, I want this Law more. And then, I'll play another one. Restand event. Restand event. I'll grab that. Real quick. So I got a 4-cost Zoro into a searcher. I mean, I'll go 5 and then, Zoro search. Get more stuff. And then next turn I'll play Law into Tashigi. And I'll have maybe 2 restand events to use. And all that kind of good whatnot. I'll take that. Ooh, no trigger. Another Tashigi. Whoo! This is good. The only thing I need at this point is 2Ks. And there's one. There is one. Alright, well, let's go. 5 and a life. Opponent will probably take... I mean, are they want to go down to 5 cards in hand? Against this deck? With the Tashigis and with the Law Tashigis? Okay. I'll take it. Restand 2. Play a Hiyori. Search with said Hiyori. Yes, I would love restand Tashigi Law. I don't want too many bricks, so I'll get a 2K. I think that's fair. I think that's fine and good and all that kind of whatnot. And then I will pass. I got 2 2Ks. I got a 1K. That's not great. You're gonna go 0 into... You're gonna go 5 in a life. 5 and a 0. Okay. A little overkill, opponent. Jeez. Yeah, I can't go to 1 life. Not this quick. Or Alright, let's go 2 into 0. Okay. Let's go 5 into life. I kind of have to go for this Yamato. But at the same time, I don't want to go to 0 life. They are being defensive. They are not letting anything through. Which I don't know if that's necessarily the correct play. Rest. 3 rested Dawn. The thing is that it gets rid of 1 life now. But I don't have to then deal with this 6k swing every single turn. And I don't have 2ks in hand already. So let's just go 8 into 6. Not that I want to, but I will. And they counter, which is interesting. Are you gonna counter out of this somehow too? Okay. I'm like, what? Okay. This is interesting. They have nothing to their name, but they're gonna be as aggressive as possible. Please go 8 in the life first with your regular Yamato and not your leader Yamato. Dang it. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose so quick. So quick. What is this gonna be? 9 into 7? Unfortunately, I kind of have to let that go. I kind of do. I kind of just do. So, I'll let it resolve. What else are you gonna do, opponent? I do have a lot of cards in hand, but I don't have many 2Ks. I only have 1 2K. So sad. Darn. So, what I could do... Play Law. Bounce. Tashigi. Rest. 3 rested Dawn. What I kind of have to do here is just hope that the opponent doesn't have a freaking Hody. Hmm. I think I go 8 in a life. And I pass. I have 2 blockers. But I have a Dawn up. If they do have Hody, then maybe they rest the Dawn. They have Borso. I think that's fine. I think I prefer that over freaking Hody. Over freaking Hody. They have a lot of swings, though, which kind of sucks a lot. So they got an 8k, an 8k, and a 7k. 8 into 7. I think what I have to do is counter. I have a whole bunch of 1Ks, which I will use. No block. 1K, 1K. 7 into what? Life. Block. 1K, 1K. But now, ooh, and I have DMG. It's not going to really matter, though, because what I'm going to do 5, 6, 6, 7, and then 3 9K swings. I think if I'm gonna win, that's how I gotta win. If that's how I'm gonna win. That's how I gotta win. Yes, one of these is effectively pointless as far as swings go, but it's fine. You gotta give me a 2K? Or are you gonna take this one too? Or are you gonna block? 2 1Ks. I will take that. I will take that. Okay. Yep. Knew that swing was kind of pointless, but it's okay because I can go 9 in a life. Okay. And then restand and 9 in a life. And they concede. Thank goodness. I beat Yamato, and holy crap. It felt like I was going to lose just like that, because that game was going super quick. But, let's get into another game, and see what else Zoro can do. Going up against Sanji. Oh, this is going to be a battle, because it's against these two guys, and they really like each other. Let's go with that. They're going second, we're going first. I don't love this hand. And I think I got a mulligan. And this is way better. I mean, restand event is kind of the best option here. So let's go with that. And pass. So I got Zoro for one day. Alright, Nami, gotta search and get what? What you gotta get? Some broken card. Totally. Something really good, like a way to make your leader into a 7K. Eternally. These two decks, I don't know how good of a matchup. What the heck? Just a 7 cost 9K. Huh. Okay. That's a choice. Okay. Go 5. Also, why is... I guess it's... Huh. That's just so weird. It's just so weird. Maybe I shouldn't swing with that Piranha. Maybe I should not have swung with that Piranha. I should not have swung with that Piranha. Ah, okay. They counter out of that one too, which is funny. It's like, I'm gonna search for this Luffy that does nothing. And yeah, I get that it's a 9K rush in that deck, but whatever. That's just weird. Why are you playing that? That's so strange. I mean, I know that this card is not strange. That's very good in that deck, but... Whatever. Okay, blocker. It's fine, I guess. I will definitely play that Mihawk. Holy crap. And then restand 2. And go 9 into the life. Which they will block? Oh. Alright, and I'll pass. Darn it. I was hoping they would block, and then I could swing 9, and they would be sad. It would be so cool. But they didn't. And that sucks. And you're gonna go 5, which is weird. Okay. Why? Huh. I will give you a 1K. Because I feel like this could be an 8K swing. Or, nope, it is just an 8K swing. I was thinking maybe it's a Sanji. Maybe. Okay. I drew a Luna, which realistically doesn't do much. But whatever. Let's go 4 and a 2, I guess. There's no way they defend that. No way they defend that. Okay. I will play Perona. Dang it, nothing good to play off of this Law. I guess I can get another Zoro, which kind of sucks, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine, I guess. Okay, well, let's just go. Yeah, let's go 5. Block with that chopper. I dare you. Block with it. And I'll go 8 into it. And an 8 in a life. You should do that. Block. Block, dang it. Okay. Bounce. Play. Restand 2. I guess the opponent's not really getting punished here. Or I guess the opponent wouldn't have gotten punished there, but they don't know that. Wow, okay, they are defending really hard. Really hard right now. They have 4 life still. They have 5 cards in hand, which, I mean, yeah. They could play Zeph here. That would really suck, because I just got down my other Zoro. And I really would like to get value out of these. Gosh dang it! Oh, I hate that Zeph. I hate that Zeph so much. But it is going to be rested. It does have to swing into me in order for it to, you know, get value and all that kind of crap. So, let's just take? No, I'll counter. Because if they, just go 7, then I would get less value. Okay, I'll take a 2K. I will take that. I'm happy about that. And a Dashiki. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I like that. Let's play that. Bounce Perona. Play Tashigi. Rest the Chopper. Give 3 rested to Zoro. And then what? Go 11 into Zeph? 10 into Zeph? Realistically, that's probably better. So let's just go 6 into Chopper. See if the opponent defends that. They don't, which is probably smart. Go 10 into Zeph, which they will probably be able to counter out of because the opponent seems to have all the freaking 2Ks in the universe. I mean, oh my gosh, look at the amount of 2Ks they've had already. Oh, yes, they let it go. I'm so happy about that. Okay. 10 into 7. There's no way they counter out of this one. Okay, I was like, there's no way they counter out of this one and don't keep the Zeph alive. Like, I just don't, I refuse to believe that that is true. Okay, so I have a 2K and a 1K. I got Luna, which does pretty much nothing in this game, in my opinion, sort of. We got the restand. No. They got this Zoro, which is awesome. So awesome. So that's going to be really annoying. But, hey, it's just a one-time way to make their leader a 7K, which is fine, I guess. Nami. Okay. 9 into 7. No. No. I want that Tashigi alive. Just for a little bit longer. And that Tashigi is nice to see. Well, I will have to let one of these Zoros go, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. Rest 3, 5 and a 1. It's awesome. Okay, and then go, what, 9 in the life? 9 and an 11. I like that. 9 in a life. I imagine you're really liking this opponent. Ooh. Nice. So, they could counter, but I will leave up 1 Dawn, 10 into 7, or just guarantee. Let's just go 11 into 7. Guarantee that it hits. The opponent can't counter out of it. I know that for a fact. They can't do anything about this. They're gonna have to take it. They're gonna be at 2 life. I'm gonna be happy. Hope that they don't have a Zeph or another Zoro to make their leader a 7k. That is the hope. That is my hope. That is my hope. And if they do, I will be sad. But then I could go for a Luna line and maybe stay alive for a little bit longer. And that would be nice. That would be nice. And then this DMG could also be useful for next turn. Depending on how low I go in life, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. This Tashigi, though, this Tashigi is gonna die. But we got the value out of it. In my mind, we got the value out of this Tashigi, and that's all that matters to me. With 10 Don, though, they could play some pretty scary things here. I'm hoping all they do is put 10 Don on Sanji and pass. Now, that's not going to happen. Because despite what Mosshead here says, if you know what I mean there, then you know. This guy actually is kind of... What the heck? Are you going to KO this other Tashigi? You're going to KO a lot. Okay. I kind of am fine with that. Because then I don't have both the Tashigis gone. But that's just kind of weird. I mean, hey, they're not going to be a 7k lead. I'll take that. And you're going 8 and leaving up a Dawn, which is strange. I mean, I guess you could have this. Like, something along the lines of this. Just a 3k counter event, but that's fine, I guess. What would I... What's gonna be good here? What is gonna be good here? I think it's probably ideal that I win this turn. I don't think I can really live after this turn, unless I try to extend with Hiyori, but I have lost one law. What's the likelihood of me finding another law to basically be able to live through another turn? I don't know. So, I think my best bet here is to just kind of see what the opponent's got. He'll probably just counter with a 1k. But if it's a 2k, that doesn't really make a ton of a difference. But, I don't know. This deck does... Nope, it didn't get bricked up that time. Darn it. Let's go 7. Use that. Oh. Okay. 12 to 12Ks. Does that win? 3, 4, 5. So they can't get out of that one. They could get out of the next one, but I have a 6k. So no. They do not live. So that is cool. 12 in the life. And then restand event. 12 in the life. And if you counter out of it, and then I can just send 6. Yep. G's opponent. Let's go. We got another win with Zoro against the Cook. Mosshead beat the Cook. Let's get into another game and see what else Zoro can do. Going up against Doffy. That's, do I go second? Yes, because that deck wants to go second. And my second curve is way better than their first curve. I don't like this hand. I like this hand way more. I like this hand way more. Just got way better. Cavendish, for sure. 1000% getting Cavendish. I think that's the only right way here. And then restand event. Definitely get the restand event because that's the only right way here. And we got We got Cavendish. Awesome. We got Law. Awesome. We got some good 4 cost to play next turn. Awesome. We got the restand event. I mean, this is just all great. All sunshine and rainbows here. I'll take that. We got another Law. We got another Law. Interesting. Wonderful. Awesome. Beautiful. Let's go 5 in the life. They got nothing to redirect into. Okay, they take... I'll just play an Arlon. And pass. And this Arlon is going to do some work. Because, you know, it's kind of like a 6K. And it's just annoying to kill. Not necessarily as much against this deck as some other decks, but still. I mean, I can, like, freeze Dawn, which is actually pretty annoying. But they can minus those Dawn that I freeze, so it's just like, I don't know. It's still pretty annoying. 6 in a life. That... Do I take? Yes. Okay, I'm happy that I took that, because I got another 2K. And I got 2 restand events now. Whoo, baby. We are looking good right now. Let's start with 5 in the life. They redirect. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And it kind of makes sense. Bounce. Play. Restand dos. And go 7. And then the opponent gets maybe slightly punished for redirecting. I don't know. Who knows? I am happy, though, because I got 2 2Ks, bunch of 1Ks. I got another Law to play for next turn. Hopefully being able to find a TCG with this Perona. It could be pretty nice. It could be pretty nice. Okay, baby 5. That sucks. That card's annoying. That's weird. Why are you playing Usohachi? That doesn't rest. That's a choice you can make, I guess. Slight misplay on the opponent's part there. Though, I mean, we all make plenty of freaking misplays, let me tell you. 6 and a 5. See, and this is where it's like, no, I keep it alive, because that's just, you know, better. But it's like, oh, it's so tempting because you could freeze 2 Dawn. But Doffy can just so easily, you know, get rid of those Dawn. I don't know. 1K. Could have used the Arlon last turn, by the way. Completely forgot about that, but it's fine. It didn't really matter. I just always forget that this Arlon exists. So, I know somebody will just, you know, when they hear that, be like, see? I'm not the only one. The person who I'm talking about will know who they are when they watch this video. I'm sorry, but I gave you crap about Arlon. I forget it too. I'll put that on bottom. I think what I do here is just play the Law. Right. Yeah. Let's start Arlon. Give arrested. And give arrested. And then just play the Law to make things easier, whatever. Bounce, play Tashigi, rest, I don't know, Usohachi, Dellinger, probably just Usohachi. Give 3 rested to the leader, and then go 5 into life. Maybe go a slightly different route. Realistically, I could go 7, 7, 9, and that's probably realistically better. But, I mean, we get the redirect out of them anyway, so I guess, yeah, it's fine. I go 7, restand 2. opponent probably takes. I guess we could go 8 and then 9, which I think is probably just better. So let's just do that. 1. So they have 6 Dawn. They'll go to 8 next turn. So definitely don't want to swing into the Monet to be able to ramp them or whatever. So let's just go 9 into the Usohachi because we can. And maybe it matters that that's on board. And then go 9 into life. Which maybe... Yep. Okay. Sweet. They don't counter. Can't counter out of that. So they got 10 cards in hand, which, yeah, that's kind of scary. But this deck has a lot of bricks. I love this deck, but against Zoro, kind of just a sucky matchup. Especially if I can go second. And they play Pika, which... Yeah, I don't like this card. I just don't think this card's very good, personally. 6 in a what? 6 in a life, 6 in the Cavendish. Realistically, it should probably be something like Cavendish. But next turn, it's not going to really matter, because I'll swing with my whole board, and then just go a million billion into leader, 1,000 times with my leader, since I have 2 restand events. So I will keep this Cavendish, or anything that they swing at, honestly, for alive, for as long as I can. And then they pass. Yep, cool. They have 1 Dawn, which realistically, that's not going to be a counter event that they can use. So we're just going to end the game now. Starting off, let's just go 5 in a life. I don't see a world where the opponent lives through this turn. I just don't see it. I don't think it exists. What you gotta do? I mean, I can swing 5, and 6, and 6, and 6, and 7, and I don't even really need to worry about the restand with Cavendish to a point, because it's just like, I have so many swings, and a lot of big swings too, so it's just like, yeah, the opponent's not gonna live. There's not a world, especially because they use their redirect then, there's no world where they live. No world. Okay. Go 7. What you gotta do? You gotta take it. The counter. That's... okay. Go 9. Okay, they take. Restand. Go 6 in a life. Restand 2 Dawn. Yep, and then I could put 2 more Dawn on Zoro, go 11, twice. And it's just, there's no way that pretty much any deck gets out of a turn like that, because that's just what Zoro can do. So that's the deck, that's Zoro, he's stupid, he's pretty good if you know how to play the deck. But he's not that hard of a deck, and considering that he is about to get so many more tools in his upcoming starter deck, I just feel like this guy is this close. He's this close to being God tier and just so good again, because this deck just is so good. He does so many things and just has so many good lines and tools and ways to just screw with most any deck to a point. It's just, like, the efficiency of Zoro is insane, and if he gets just enough support, he will be broken again, and I think the starter deck is going to do that. I think the starter deck is going to break this guy, and this is your last chance to really get into this guy before he explodes into the top of the meta again, and you just kind of either lose out or you don't. So, with all that aside, hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, it's completely free, no regrets. Check out my other OP15 videos right here, and check out my OP15 pack opening series right here. Thank you again for the 1,000 subscribers, because it's still close enough to that to where I can say that. And stay tuned for some more videos coming soon.